You got a, no?
Yep.
Okay.
We got it.
Meeting come to order, please. Is this the agenda? Yes, a minute. Any questions on the minutes of April 9th, 2015? Corrections?
We need to
Roll call. Roll call.
Roll call announcements.
We're getting ahead of
I have an agenda here that doesn't have any of this stuff on it. Who typed the agendas this time?
She did.
You don't have your order of business.
Pardon me, let's do the roll call. No. Hey, never mind. Press your present button, please. Recorded. Thank you. Staff announcements. Thank you for the agenda.
Now you have two. At any rate, thank you, Mr. Chairman. We have a couple of announcements. We have a couple of withdrawals. First of all, we withdrawn is item 27, which is the concept plan for Vineyard Valley subdivision. Also has been withdrawn is item 25, which is an amendment to the zoning ordinance in reference to rural retreats extensive uses. And we have a request for a non-agenda item that simply the plat ran out. It's the Ann L. White subdivision. And we would recommend, if y'all are so inclined, to go on and consider that and get it out of the way.
Any objections? Do it after the completion of the agenda. Okay, thank you. Announcements? Any other?
No, sir.
Now we'll do the minutes. We had a motion and a second, although we were out of order, did we not? Good. Just prepare to vote. Vote now. No.
It's locked out because it's saying choose 7 voters.
Voice vote. All in favor of the motion say aye. Aye. Opposed no. Motion carries. Thank you. Any old business, Joe?
No, sir, Mr. Chairman.
Consideration of consent agenda. Any commissioner wishing to pull an item for separate discussion, please say so now. Otherwise, we'll take it as a whole. Is there anyone? I see none. Joe?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Beginning with item 3, Bell Pond Maintenance Bond for Roads, Drainage, and Erosion Control, $45,000. Recommendation, extended current amount for a period of 1 year with the stipulation that the roads be repaired and completed and drainage deficiencies are corrected within that time frame or the bond will be called. Item 4, Bell Vista, Section 3, Performance Bond for Landscaping, $7,260. Recommendation, extended current amount for a period of 6 months and require that the landscaping be installed or the bond could be called. Item 5, Bell Vista, Section 3, Maintenance Bond for Water, $23,100. Recommendation, release the bond. Item 6, Curry Ingram Academy, Performance Bond for Wastewater Treatment System, $90,000. Recommendation, extended current amount for a period of 1 year. Item 7, Dunblane, Performance Bond for Water, $96,623. Recommendation, convert to maintenance the amount of $14,493.45 until November 1, 2015. Number 8, Estates of Gallant Ridge, Performance Bond for Landscaping, $7,000. Recommendation, convert to maintenance the amount of $2,100 for a period of 6 months. Item 9, Grace Chapel Church, Performance Bond for Landscaping, $42,200. Recommendation, extended current amount for a period of 6 months. Item 10, Hart's Landmark, Performance Bond for Landscaping, $110,600. Recommendation, extend the bond and current amount for 1 year. Item 11, Hart's Landmark, Performance Bond for Roads, Drainage, and Erosion Control, $600,000. Recommendation, convert to maintenance amount of $300,000 for a period of 1 year. Item 12, Hart's Landmark, Performance Bond for Sewer Improvements, $85,970. Recommendation, extended current amount for a period of 1 year. Item 13, Hart's Landmark, Performance Bond for Water, $314,000. Recommendation, reduce the amount of $51,500 and extend to May 2016. Item 14, Ivan Creek, Maintenance Bond for Roads, Drainage, and Erosion Control, $220,000. Recommendation, extended current amount for a period of 1 year. Item 15, Ivan Creek, maintenance bond for off-site road improvements, $45,000. Recommendation, extended current amount for a period of 1 year. Item 16, Kings Chapel, Section 3B, performance bond for wastewater collection system, $17,500. Recommendation, extended current amount for a period of 1 year. Item 17, Kings Chapel, Section 3B, performance bond for roads, drainage, and erosion control, $235,000. Recommendation, convert to maintenance amount of $100,000 for a period of 1 year. Item 18, Kings Chapel, Section 14B, performance bond for roads, drainage, and erosion control. 4B, beg your pardon, thank you. Performance bond for roads, drainage, erosion control, $210,000. Recommendation, convert to maintenance in amount of $120,000 for a period of 1 year. Item 19, Kings Chapel, Section 6, performance bond for roads, drainage, and erosion control, $440,000. Recommendation, reduce the amount of $220,000 and extend for a period of 1 year. Item 20, Owendale, maintenance bond for roads, drainage, erosion control, $110,000. Recommendation, extended current amount for a period of 1 year. Item 21, Silver Stream Farms, Section 4C, performance bond for landscaping, $9,000. Recommendation, convert to maintenance in the amount of $2,700 for a period of 6 months. Item 22, Stag's Leap, Section 2A, maintenance bond for roads, drainage, and erosion control, $150,000. Recommendation, extended current amount for a period of 1 year. And item 23, Vale Creek, maintenance bond for roads, drainage, and erosion control, $200,000. Recommendation, extended current amount for a period of 1 year.
Thank you, sir. Motion on the consent. Motion made and seconded. Is it working? We do a voice vote. All in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed say no. Thank you. And item 24, public hearing, amendment to Article 11 of the Williamson County zoning ordinance regarding the acceptance of fill material. Those of you in the audience that wish to make a comment on the public hearing, at the appropriate time, you'll be invited to come to the podium and give us your comments. If you I would appreciate it if you give us your name and address. Amendment to Article 11, staff.
While administering the zoning ordinance, staff noted a definitive time frame regarding the issuance of temporary permits for the acceptance of fill material had not been incorporated into the standards for this type of use. The proposed amendment will clarify that temporary permits for the acceptance of fill material are valid for 6 months with one-time 6-month extension that may be approved by the planning director. This new subsection is shown in red on attachment 24-1. Staff recommends approval of the amendment. Staff also recommends the attached resolution be forwarded to the County Commission for adoption.
Any questions of staff? Well, I'm sorry, I need to do a public hearing. I thought, you got any questions? We'll open for public hearing at this time. Anyone wish to make a comment, you're invited to do so now. Anyone? I see none. We'll close the public hearing. Now, Commissioner.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Any further discussion? Pete?
Yeah. I've had 2 people call me this week concerning this, that involved in removing material from construction sites and finding a place to dump it. And they say on most of these sites, when you get a good site to dump it, it's better to keep it there in one site than it is every 6 months to look for another place to put a little bit. The fellow that's doing the excavation work at the new school complex in Owendale said he estimates there'll be somewhere between 1,000 and 1,500 dump truck loads of fill material to haul away. And so that's going to take a lot of material at a fairly close location. You can't be jumping all over the county hauling fill material to different sites every 6 months. He suggested that you look at it again at a more extended place, because there's 2 or 3 places in the county that I know of that's accepting fill material, and they're all back in remote hollows and locations out of the way, a couple 100 foot, 1,000 foot away from any other people.
How does the,
It's better to go and fill them up than it is to move around to a new site every time.
I'm not sure I understand how the permitting process is impacting that. I mean, that's all this is it?
Essentially is.
Yeah, the intent is to keep it from becoming a nuisance.
I
And they would
understand
still
that,
have to-
and that makes some sense, but what,
Yeah.
how does that impact him because of the permitting process, Pete? I'm
Huh?
confused. How does it impact the guy hauling fill for the, in
Well,
the permitting process?
He's got why should he need to come in and get a permit every 6 months to haul field dirt? And it might not be a site close and handy.
So the
If they've
permit
got a
only
site that's
lasts
close
6
and handy,
months?
let's use it.
It's the property owner that would get the permit, and it would be 6 months plus a 6-month extension being possible, but the property owner has to provide a grading plan and a land disturbance permit in order to accept that, to show how he's going to grade it, how he's going to stabilize it. But once he has that, he can accept fill from different carriers for that period of time. Now, each hauler doesn't have to get an
Okay.
individual permit, yeah,
Just the site owner.
just the site owner.
Clear? We good? Any other comment? Looks like you're thinking.
I am.
I'll wait.
I don't see the need in it, but a lot of times I haven't seen the need in things.
Okay. We'll end with that?
Huh?
I said, can we end with that then?
Do what you want to do.
Thank you. Any other comments? Questions?
Motion, but I need a second.
We had a motion without a second.
Actually, Holly second.
Holly, second?
Holly second.
I'm sorry, Holly, we did not hear that. Okay, motion and second, any further discussion? Prepare to vote? No, we're still not up, excuse me. All in favor say aye. Opposed, no. The motion carries, thank you. Agenda item 25 is withdrawn, is that correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Agenda item 26 is amendment continuing into public hearings. Amendment to Article 11 of the Williamson County zoning ordinance regarding special events, extensive impact. Staff?
In August of 2014, this body recommended approval of a text amendment related to special events, which are temporary uses on private property that are not usual or customary for that property. That text amendment was subsequently adopted by the County Commission at their November 2014 meeting. One of the objectives of that text amendment was to specify that any event involving artisan sales, where multiple vendors gather on a property to sell goods, would always be considered an extensive impact event requiring approval by the Board of Zoning Appeals following a public hearing. However, in reviewing the language of the ordinance, staff has concluded that this requirement is not clearly stated. This amendment simply makes that intention clear. Staff recommends approval of the amendment. Staff also recommends that the attached resolution be forwarded to the County Commission for adoption.
Thank you, sir. We'll open for public hearing now. Anyone in the audience wishing to make a comment, you're invited to do so now. Anyone? We'll close the public hearing. Thank you. Questions of staff by anyone? Motion made and seconded. Any further discussion? We still voice voting, I assume. All in favor say aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries. Thank you. 27 is withdrawn. Agenda item 28, preliminary plat review for Clovercroft Preserve Phase 1 contains on 59.89 acres located off Clovercroft Road in the 4th and 5th voting districts. Staff?
A concept plan for this development was approved at the February 2015 meeting. The applicant is now requesting preliminary plat approval for the first phase of the development, which consists of 63 lots and approximately 32 acres of open space. The preliminary plat is consistent in layout with that depicted on the concept plan. At their May 6, 2015 meeting, the County Highway Commission approved the design plans for the turn lane improvements at the site entrance. As was mentioned at the concept plan stage, The applicant is requesting a right-of-way width of 40 feet in order to accommodate sidewalks outside the right-of-way. The applicant is also requesting a design speed of 25 miles per hour for roadways within the subdivision. Staff is in support of these requests. Staff recommends approval of this preliminary plat. In conjunction with final plat consideration, the following items must be addressed. 1, prior to submittal of a final plat, the turn lane improvements on Clovercroft Road must be completed in accordance with the approved plans. 2, prior to final plat submittal, a zoning certificate must be obtained for the completed wastewater treatment and disposal system. Prior to issuance of the zoning certificate, the applicant shall provide the following: a letter from TDEC indicating that the non-traditional wastewater treatment and disposal system was installed and is functioning, as-built drawings showing the location of all system components, and a sealed certification letter from the design engineer indicating that the non-traditional wastewater treatment and disposal system was constructed in accordance with the approved construction plans and specifications, a letter from the owner/utility provider indicating that it has accepted the non-traditional wastewater treatment and disposal system and is currently operating same, the posting of a performance bond in the amount of $146,600 for the non-traditional wastewater treatment and disposal system as specified by the county's wastewater consultant, and the posting of a performance bond in the amount of $28,750 for landscaping improvements associated with the non-traditional wastewater treatment and disposal system. 3, prior to consideration of final plat approval, the applicant shall submit HOA documents for review and approval by the county attorney's office. The approved HOA documents must be recorded prior to the recording of the final plat. 4, establishment of a performance bond for roads, drainage, and erosion control. 5, establishment of a performance bond for water improvements in favor of Nolensville College Grove Utility District. 6, establishment of a performance bond for the wastewater collection system. 7, submission of landscaping plans and establishment of a performance bond for landscaping. 8, dedication of right-of-way 36 feet off the center line of Clovercroft Road. 9, execution of a stormwater maintenance agreement and submission of an operation and maintenance plan for stormwater improvements. And 10, submission of the approved final plat in DWG format on recordable media based on the Tennessee State Plane Coordinate System prior to signature and recording of the plat.
Thank you, sir. Questions of staff? Anyone? Comments? Motion? Motion made and seconded. Any further discussion? All approved say aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries. Thank you. Under a non-agenda item, the N.L. White subdivision plat reapproval. Is that the extent of it, Joe?
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. Again, it did not get to record until all the signatures were in place.
So it's expired?
It's expired, and
Okay.
everything else from the prior approval remains. Were there any stipulations with the original approval?
No. There were none.
Their motion? Motion made and seconded. Further discussion? All approved say aye. Opposed, no. The motion carries. Thank you. Any other business? We are adjourned. Thank you.